I think there are a lot more people online today than there have ever been. Yay. Okay. Now it's working. Okay. So now we're live on YouTube. We're live on Instagram and it's working perfectly. And we are live on Facebook. So I want to welcome you guys to a very special session. And I forgot to do one thing. Crap. I forgot to do one thing on Facebook. Oops. Well, that's okay. We'll just figure it out. Where are you from? Says HHJJK1108. Who are you, HHJJK108? All right. So I'm delighted to be with you guys here. I'm in beautiful Ottawa, of course, where I've been for a while now and where I will be for a while longer, and happy to be here, and even more happy to be with you, to be serving you. And today we're going to talk about a real focused subject that I believe is really important for everyone. And that focus is to recognize opportunities in the world right now, regardless of what's going on in the world, because there are opportunities. There are opportunities everywhere, and there will always be opportunities. But what happens is people don't see them. And the reason why they don't see opportunities is because of paradigms. And so you've got to become very aware of your own paradigms, not so that you can invest time in really understanding where they came from or anything like that, but just to simply become aware of what your paradigms are, so that if they are preventing you from getting you where you want to go, you want to replace them. You want to replace those paradigms, because you will not see opportunities where you are if you are blocking them with your own paradigms. Now, how could we, or are we, or how are people blocking themselves from seeing what the opportunities are? One way is that they stay all consumed in fear. And when you're all consumed in fear, not only are you going to have a compromised immune system, because that energy is a very negative energy that actually releases a steroid in your body that will actually decrease your immune system. You're more susceptible for disease or viruses or other things that are going on in the world. So you really want to be aware of if you're finding yourself, if you are openly experiencing emotions of fear. And of course, they may be very valid, if you will. I understand what's going on in the world, but what I would suggest for you is to really pay attention to what your own emotional levels are, where your own emotional levels are, what your emotions are, what you're expressing, what you're feeling. And once you pay attention to what they are with your awareness, determine, are these feelings, are these emotions that you're feeling right now, are they supportive or are they destructive? Are they creative? Are they positive? Or are they destructive and negative? You really want to be paying attention to that. And if you find you're in those negative, destructive states, you want to switch right out of it. Switch right out of it. Now, what's going on in the world right now is something that we've never experienced before. Yes, it is a challenging time. We have had challenging times in history. I remember back in the early 1980s where the interest rates were over 20%. And I remember it back then. It wasn't really a big issue for me back then, but I remember it really impacted the economy. And it created a lot of challenges because people got consumed in fear, right? And fear is so destructive. I read a wonderful article this morning online that was written by a doctor. And he was talking about the impact of fear on your immune system. And that what's going on in the world is obviously something that is unique to what's happening in the world. But what's happening is in addition to that, so many people are getting all consumed in fear and spiraling down and being more susceptible. They're compromising their immune system, and therefore they're attracting, undesirable results into their life. And I just want you to really pay attention to that so that you can nip it in the bud, as they say, or you can stop it before it becomes any worse than it already is, so that you're really, really focusing on only what you would love, only what you would desire, only what you would desire. I was chatting with my really good friend this morning, Brian Proctor, And I've asked a couple of my connections, like people that are in this industry, people that are studying these materials, whether they are feeling any kind of impact based on what's going on in the world. And if they're strong in their work, if they're really believer in the work, if they really do understand the materials, the laws of the universe, then they are not being impacted in a negative way. Or if they are, they're finding ways or managing through it by instantly changing that energy into something positive, or just ducking and letting the negativity go by and not allowing themselves to be caught up in that negativity. Okay, so I just wanted to start by talking a little bit about that. It's a subject that I think is very important right now. It's very important that we're all aware of what's going on in the world, yes, but it's very important that what we're really aware of is what's going on in here, what's going on in our own consciousness and in our heart, in our tummy, like where our feelings are quite often felt. Because feelings it's a full body experience, but usually people feel the emotions in their stomach. It's like the expression someone would say, they are sick to their stomach, right? Or it's making them sick. What is it making? It isn't making them sick. They're allowing themselves to become sick because they're getting caught up in all of that. So the fact that you're tuning into this is a very positive sign. The fact that you're looking for other solutions is a very positive sign. But an even bigger positive sign is to take action, to really follow through. So today I did something that I haven't done for a while. I actually re-recorded my Power Life script. And I wasn't going to, but I really felt inclined to do so. It just felt like a really good thing to do. So I modified my life script just slightly and I re-recorded it. And so I've already listened to it. I'll listen to it again. Now, the Power Life script, it's like someone had written, I think it was Victoria, who's a lovely woman that I'm very blessed to serve. Victoria was on one of these calls the other day. I believe it was Monday when I did the call on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. And Victoria Winters, who's in a number of my programs, had said, "Hey, Myrtle's here. Good to see you, Myrtle." It puts a big smile on my face when I see her name. Anyways, Victoria was here the other day, and she had said that the Power Life script has become her rock. And I love that she said that. And I love Victoria as well. And I'm not even sure if she's on today. Maybe she is. She usually gets on the live events. But I love that she said the Power Life script is her rock. And why she said it's her rock is because it is the one thing that's really keeping her thinking in the right place. And more importantly, it's keeping her feeling in the right place as well, and connected to her desires and connected to her goals. And I find the same thing. I find my Power Life script has been my most powerful tool that I've ever used, ever, in all of my years that I've been on this planet. It is the most powerful tool. It is the tool that's made the biggest difference in my life and in my results. And it will continue to make the biggest difference in my life and in my results. It's also my rock. You know, I'm a very highly sensitive person, and I'm sensitive to energies. I'm sensitive to other people. I'm empathic. I feel other people's energy. And that can be a challenge, right? Because I'm managing my own emotions. And I'm, of course, somebody who's in this space of positivity and personal development. And if I get on a call with one of my private mentoring clients, and if they're crying or they're caught up in the energy, I have to ensure that I'm there to support them and to guide them and to direct them to the right way, but not take on that energy, right? And maybe you're like that. Maybe you're feeling other people's energies. Maybe you're feeling people that are close to you, people that you love, you know, people that are under the same roof as you, and you're really feeling their energy. But the best thing that you can do right now is to be the source of good for them. Be a source of enlightenment for them. Be a source of inspiration. Be a source of positivity. Be a source of love. Be a source of humor. Be a source of romance if that's something that you would like to experience in your life as well. And so in this article that I was reading this morning, where this doctor was talking about there's a bigger concern that the world needs to be aware of, and that bigger concern is fear. And he was explaining why, which absolutely made perfect sense. It was about an 8-minute read of this article, and I posted it on Facebook. Maybe Celine, you can share what I posted on my personal page with the groups as well, because I think it's probably one of the best articles that I've read in the most recent month of everything that's going on. And Chad Reynolds, who I really love and appreciate, he had posted it on Facebook. And sometimes Chad gets on these calls as well. And so I really appreciate Chad for doing that, because I decided to repost that article, and it is a great read. I read it out loud actually to my husband because I thought that he would enjoy it too. And so I really want you to read that and to share that and to be that source, be the source of love for others, be the source of inspiration, be the source of faith, because that's what the world really needs right now is faith, like faith in the invisible, because we don't know where this is going. We don't know how long it's going to go on. We don't know how it's going to impact the economy, but you do not have to be in the space or the circle of allowing it to bring you completely down. You are always, always, always in control of how you feel. Always. You see, when people, and there's been so many stories. Nelson Mandela was a great inspiration. He went to prison, and he just decided that even though they can take away his freedom, freedom to roam or the freedom to, to go where he wanted to go, they can take away that. But what they cannot take away from him, or what they did not take away from him, was his ability to think, right? His ability, his imagination, and where he was going to choose to invest his energy, his conscious and unconscious, subconscious energy. And that's the blessing in the Power Life script as well, is that because you're impressing only positive and powerful ideas on your subconscious mind through space-time repetition of these ideas, you become one with the ideas. You become one with the belief. You become one who is of faith and has that faith and has that confidence and is feeling calm to move on and to move forward. And when you're in that space, when you're in that positive, energetic space, what happens for you is that you will see opportunities that are exceptional. Like Myrtle. Myrtle is someone who's this beautiful woman who we're so blessed to get to know. And she sent an email to us earlier today saying that she feels like we're a family. Celine is family, Kayla's family, Eric's family, Sabrina's family, Trace's family, Luke is family, our little extended family, Erica's family. And so this morning we received an email from Myrtle, who was talking about how we are a family. Well, we're all a family. This is a family place, the manifestation family. Celine, I forgot to invite our manifestation family folks to this call. Can you post it for them later? I totally forgot to do that before we started. And so, we may not be related, although some of us might be, but we are family, and we can all help, bring more joy to the world. One of the things that I wanted to also share with you today is a great quote, and I'm going to talk about opportunities in a moment, but there's a great quote that I'm reminded of, and I shared it. I was teaching recently, and I shared this quote. It's a quote by George Bernard Shaw, and it's a quote that I've heard my wonderful mentor, Bob Proctor, share with people as well. And so I want to share it with you right now. And Celine, maybe you can look up this quote, and you can share it with others as well. And it's a George Bernard quote that goes like this: the people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for circumstances they want. And if they can't find them, they make them. Like, isn't that a great, oh, thanks, Celine. Isn't that a great quote by George Bernard Shaw? The people who get on in this world. Let me see if I can just copy it and paste it for you. It's George Bernard Shaw. I'll paste it for Celine so that she can paste it all over the place on the social media site. So it's George Bernard Shaw. I didn't copy his last name in there, but it's so true, isn't it? The people who get on in this world are people who get up and look for the circumstance they want. And if they can't find it, they make it. And I think that's so important, that we make our own opportunities. And that's why it's so critical to be flexible as well. Like, we've got to be flexible, always have to be flexible. You've heard me talk about flexible, but as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, I'm absolutely flexible. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I don't know what today's going to bring, but I do know this. We are here as a team, Dynamic Destinies, me and my wonderful team that I'm so blessed to co-serve with, is here to serve you. We are not going anywhere. Absolutely going to be here to serve you in every way and any way. And we're working on so many different things and so many different ideas. And we're continually developing things and continually showing up for you so that we can help you. We can help you with whatever it is that you're dealing with at any one time. So that's why we're here. That's why I'm here. That's why my team is here. That's why I was put on this earth. So we're going to continue to be here to serve you and help you in so many different ways. I see there's a message here. I'm just going to move my phone out of the way here. There we go. All right. There's a message here from Sarath that says, in chapter 12, Effective Action, Wallace Waddle says, every day is either a successful day or a day of failure. If every day is a failure, you can never get rich. If every day is a success, you can help but get rich. Please help me to understand which of the 7 laws applies to this statement. I believe the 7 laws that apply to this statement is the law of cause and effect, which is what you put out, you get back. And so if you decide, I love that you shared that, by the way. Thank you so much. And this was shared on Facebook for those of you that are on YouTube or on Instagram. This is a lovely quote that we've been blessed to see here. It's from Wallace D. Waddle's book, which is called The Science of Getting Rich. I have a copy right here on my desk. And so Sarath is talking about chapter 12. And in chapter 12, and let's talk about this for a minute, because this is a really, really good quote that Sarath, is that a girl or a guy? I'm thinking it's a girl, and I apologize if it's not. So I'm saying she, but Sarath, let me know. There's a picture there, but I can't really see it that well. If you are a man or a woman, I'm thinking woman, right? Okay. So every day, do all that you can do today. Okay, good. I think he probably goes on to explain it a little bit further. Okay. So it says every day is either, let's see. There it is. Okay. It's on page 80 of the version of the book that I have. Every day is either a successful day or a day of failure. And if it is a successful day when you get what you want. It is a successful day when you get what you want. If every day is a failure, you cannot get rich. If every day is a success, you cannot help but get rich. So I believe what his interpretation is of that, or my interpretation is of that, is that every day you get up and you do the best you can today. The best you can. Now, I know with certainty that when you're serving others, when you're bringing value to the marketplace, whatever way that is, whether it's through messages like we're doing on social media, whether it's through books that you write, and we encourage you to do that. Now is a perfect time to write a book. You can find out more about that at thecompleteauthorprogram.com, thecompleteauthorprogram.com. Celine will put the link there. You see, books are a way that you bring something of value, whether it's a book that you're simply writing to inspire or educate or entertain people. That could be fiction, nonfiction, either one. They both bring value. Think about the industry of entertainment. I mean, that is an industry that will, continue to grow and expand. The industry that I'm in, personal and professional development, will grow and expand. So when you're really bringing value to the marketplace with whatever it is, whether you're creating your own programs or your own offerings or your own membership site, we'll talk about that as well in a minute. And you do it in a way where you're putting your heart into your work, and you're doing it, you're following like detailed plans of action steps to get you to where you want to go. We teach that as well in our program called $1 Million in a Month. And Celine will put the link there for that. When you're doing good work, when you're doing positive work, when you're doing beneficial, contributory work to this world, and you're doing it in a way that you're bringing your heart to the work, to the world, and it's effective, then you're going to be rewarded. So if your day is a success, so every day I wake up and I have my list, I have a list that I keep beside me of the 6 things that I'll do every single day. I also have my weekly accomplishment list. I'm obviously very, very goal oriented. It's what I do. It's what I teach. listening to my Power Life script every day keeps my consciousness healthy. It feeds it, it nourishes it. So I set disciplines every single day that I will do, that I will absolutely follow through with. And I do the best I can. And when I put my head on the pillow at night to go to sleep, I know I've done a good job. I did a good job, an excellent job, perhaps. And there'll be some days where it's better than other days, of course. But that's a successful day. When you set out for yourself to accomplish certain things, you stay focused on it, you're managing your own emotions, and you're out there somehow contributing to others, whether it's sharing, whether it's bringing value, whether you're working on your offerings or whatever it is, then you're bringing good to the world. Right? That's what Myrtle's doing. She's bringing good to the world in many different ways. Myrtle is a lovely woman who has just invested in a couple of our domain names that we made available that she's looking at bringing to the world in very wonderful and positive ways. We had a number of people that actually took advantage of our Go Now business offer, and you can see that at gonowbusiness.com, because we have so many ideas that you could run with right now, ideas that I've thought of, ideas that I know I'm never going to bring to the marketplace because there's 700 of them. There's so many different ideas. Now, we're not making available all 700 of my ideas because many of them are already in play. Some of them we're working on as well. Right now, we're developing new content as well as we're going along. I'm working on a new book as well. But some people, like Myrtle, have taken advantage of what these offers are, and they're moving into these opportunities because they're seeing opportunities. So opportunities we become aware of based on our own consciousness, based on where we're at mentally and emotionally. All right. So if you're strong, if you're feeling good, if you're excited about opportunities, if you're ready to do something maybe different or perhaps just slightly different to what you've been doing before, or maybe even radically different to the way that you've been doing before, now is a perfect time to get a business going online. You know, I was thinking about some friends of ours who actually gave birth to a baby this morning, a little baby boy. Now, why did that happen? For some reason, Instagram just stopped. Hold on, I'm going to get her going again. There we go. All right. Don't know why Instagram just stopped, but it did. And we just got to be flexible and roll with it and not let it rattle us. And it's all good. So back to my story. So this morning, we got news that one of our friends gave birth to a baby. And their baby was born, I think, around 5 a.m. this morning. It's a beautiful, healthy baby boy, and I'm so happy for them. And I was thinking about them just yesterday, and I was thinking about them because it's a lovely couple that I met when we had our one of our waterfront properties that we owned. And it's a young couple. They're about my son's age. And the gentleman in the couple, he owns a business that requires people to be there physically. And it's kind of like a brick and mortar business, which a lot of people have had and have been involved in. And of course, anyone that's had a brick and mortar business, what's been going on in the world has changed, right? But it doesn't mean there aren't any opportunities for them. Absolutely, there are opportunities for them as well. There's opportunities for everyone. Everyone has opportunities. And I was thinking about them yesterday because I was thinking that I knew the baby was due and I was wondering if the baby had come along. But I also remember that I had a conversation with one of them not that long ago. Well, maybe it was actually a couple of years ago now, when we were at our waterfront property, and I was explaining to him how he could also set up another source of income online. And I gave him ideas for it. And he was very intrigued and excited about it, and had not moved forward with it as far as I know. But maybe now, they've got a new baby. Their brick and mortar businesses are completely closed right now. Maybe they're going to take a look at creating an online opportunity, because I see it. I see opportunities. I see opportunities in people. I see opportunities every day because I've wired myself that way. And there's opportunities that can be enormous and grow in such positive, powerful ways right now. And many of the things that we see in our life have come from people that saw an opportunity and they felt, hey, I need to take a look at this and I need to do something about it, like the light bulb, right? Like, where did that come from? It came from an idea that somebody had. And there's so many creative and wonderful ideas. But being consumed in fear and negativity is not going to allow you to even think of any ideas. So you've got to get your mind right first. You've got to get your emotional states right first before you can even see where the opportunities are. But how long does it take to get all of that thinking space and all the emotional stuff right? Well, it could take a matter of a moment. A decision can cause you to feel better, right? You could just choose to, okay, Peggy, I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm open to new ideas, or I wouldn't have been here if I wasn't open to ideas. So I'm open to new ideas. Now, I want you to know that the moment you open your mind and your consciousness to new ideas, they may not all come flooding in, okay? They may not, but they will. They're definitely going to come flooding in. Like, I know, because I focus on outcomes and I see the outcomes in my life as I desire them to be. I know that is exactly what stimulates my ideas. So this morning, this may be a surprise to you or not. I actually registered another domain name, right? And I registered a domain name that I'm seriously thinking about. Oh, why is this doing this? Instagram keeps going off. There we go. I'm just going to get it back up live again. Okay, Instagram. I don't know why it keeps shutting down. It just does. Maybe they've set a new rule that you can only have 15 minutes of live time or something. But either way. Okay, so this morning I got an idea for a book that I'm thinking about writing. And I've written in my agenda to work on it on the weekend. Although I don't really feel that the weekends are any different than Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday anymore, because we're not so delighted to be inspired with the ideas. So I want you to really remember what your dreams are. Dust them off if you put them aside. Bring them back to life. You are in control of that. I want you to get excited about opportunities, because there's absolutely opportunities for you right now. There always are, always will be, regardless of what's going on in the world. Whether it's, we go back in time to in the early like it was around 1917 and 1920, there was a pandemic then. It was called the Spanish flu. Were there people earning millions of dollars at that time? Yes, there were. There was a Great Depression in the 30s. There was a world war. There were 2 world wars that went on. There's been recession after recession. There's been SARS and bird flu and all kinds of other things that have come along. September 2001, September 11th, and what happened on September 11th. I mean, these are times in history that have absolutely been challenging times. But people not only survived, they thrived. They thrive. So just remember that it is your time now to thrive as well. Or maybe you just want to survive right now and keep the lights on and keep the roof over your head and keep food on the table. I think it's time to thrive. I really, really, really do. The world's hungry. The world's in need of certain things. And everyone and anyone can be a difference maker out there. You actually have that opportunity right now to be a difference maker out there. And so what we're doing is something that felt uncomfortable to me. And I'll explain in a moment why it felt uncomfortable for me. But we're making ideas available, ideas that I've had available for you. And I'm going to explain what the idea was, where it was founded, and what you could do with it, but you can basically run with it whatever way you want. So at gonowbusiness.com, what we've done is we've created a place where you can take one of my ideas, you can buy one of my ideas, invest in it, and you can run with it. So go to gonowbusiness.com. And now the reason why I said it's been a little bit of a challenge for me is because I love all of these names. I love all of the domain names that we're making available. I have a real passion for them. They were ideas that I had that I'm now making available for others. So you can check them out at gonowbusiness.com, and you'll see them there, and you can follow through and Yeah, Giselle Maxwell says 1918. Yes, my parents in France had lived it all and survived. Wow, amazing. So you can go to gonowbusiness.com, check to see if there's a domain name there that inspires you. I had an email from a few people that have purchased the domain names that said that when they saw the name, it was like it was calling to them. It was just like they knew it was theirs, and then they knew it was time for them to take some action and move forward. Now, you may not know what you're going to do with it. And but nonetheless, I think it's important to make some decisions and move forward with it. Now, we'll give you the guidance. If the guidance is what you're looking for, to take an idea and to have it be a profitable business that's serving the world, then we'll definitely help with that as well. Okay, there's different options for that. You can go to gonowbusiness.com. Okay, so now I want to see if you have any questions for me, any questions that you would love for me to address right now. You can ask them. And it looks like we're back live on Instagram. That's the fourth time that we were kicked off, but we're back now. Okay, so someone had emailed a question in today asking about the Go Now business. And they had asked, if my memory serves me correctly, they had asked about whether we own the domain name after they register it. And the answer is no, we do not. You own the domain name. It's yours. You'll own it forever. And what we do is when you make a decision that you're going to use one of these or invest in one of these opportunities, from the Go Now business page, and it's gonowbusiness.com, we actually transfer the ownership over to you. So we'll transfer it directly over to you so that it becomes yours. And I mean, there's so many different things that you can do. I wanted to see, actually, I'm just going to go down to the page right now. There's a particular domain name that we made available that I want to talk about right now. And that is a domain name called Meet the Millionaire or Meet the Millionaires. And actually, we can put those together. I'll see if Celine, I'm not sure if Eric is on the call or not, but Celine, can you ask Eric if he can put Meet the Millionaire and Meet the Millionaires as one domain sale? We'll give you both domain names at the same time for the person that wants Meet the Millionaire and Meet the Millionaires. They should be together. I'm just on the page right now. If you can maybe ask Eric to put them both together, that would be great. Meaning that for one price, you could get both domain names, Meet the Millionaire and Meet the Millionaires, like we've done with Mental Patch and Mental Patches. Okay, so let's talk about that as an idea. Like when we look at what's going on in the world right now, and where the opportunities are, there's so many people that are in fear, right? Like that's just something that, yeah, it could be a TV show, says Tammy. So that idea, Meet the Millionaires, I remember where I was sitting when I got that idea. I was actually in Orlando. I was there to speak at a conference, and it was a conference for authors to explain to authors how to write a book, publish a book, or self-publish a book, and how to make it a bestseller. And we were on a break. It might have been a lunch break at that time. And I was out sitting by the pool. And while I was out sitting by the pool, I was inspired with an idea. I was thinking about how there are so many different types of millionaires in the world. There's millionaires who have earned their money by investing, right? It's like money earning money. So, and in some cases, they may have had some very, what some people might call lucky investments that have provided a phenomenal return. And so they become a millionaire from that. There are other people that have discovered real estate as an investment option, and they have earned their millions by either buying real estate, flipping real estate, buying real estate, using it as rental properties, or buying, oh my goodness, this little Instagram is being very funny today. Or they have bought real estate and maybe commercial real estate as well. And they are earning millions from renting out their properties, right? Who knows what the reasons are for these? Those are real estate investors. Then there are other people, millionaires, who have maybe opened up a business and started a business, and they've earned millions of dollars from their business. So business owner millionaires. There are millionaires who have maybe inherited it. That's another way. Maybe they won it. I mean, there's so many different types of millionaires that are out there, and many of them have great ideas and great strategies and great knowledge and great experience, and they may even be people that teach other people how to earn millions of dollars or attract millions of dollars into their life. And so I was sitting by the pool in Orlando, and I was on a little bit of a break. And as I said, I was there to speak at a conference, and it was actually Mark Victor Hansen's conference. And Mark Victor Hansen had become a friend of mine. And Mark is a guy who broke the Guinness Book of World Records for the most books sold in a series. He's the co-founder, the co-creator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. And of course, he had earned millions upon millions of dollars from one idea. And Mark Victor Hansen used to say that. He used to get on stage and he says, all you need is one idea, one idea. And I remember it was almost like, it was like drilled in the audience's head, is that all you need is one idea, one idea, one idea. And it's true. That's all you need is one idea. So I'm sitting by the pool and I was thinking, meet the millionaires. Like it could be a TV show, it could be an online TV show, it could be a podcast. It could be somebody who decides that they're going to interview millionaires. And not only are they going to interview them, but they're going to pull out what the gold nuggets are from these interviews. And they're going to do summary sheets. And so what I was thinking is it would be a membership site. And this could be, I'm going to grab my phone. Oh, there's my phone. It's on my, I need my calculator. That's what I was looking for, my phone, but I'll use the calculator on my computer, and we're going to play with some numbers. Okay. Actually, let's go here. And so I'll get my calculator out. So let's say you did something like a Meet the Millionaires membership site, where you're going to do just one interview a month, right? And if you're a member of Meet the Millionaires, it could be like, I don't know, $10, and you could get access to the interview that's done that month. But let's say you have another level of membership, and this level of membership could be it could be where you could do the interview live for a certain level. Maybe it's a premium level of membership. You do the interview live. Once the interview is done, anyone who's in the premium level of membership, they get to ask the millionaire questions. So that would be an extra bonus, right? And maybe also once you finish the interview, you create a summary sheet, right? Like, what did you pull as far as the greatest messages or the greatest lessons from that particular interview? And maybe you do a highlight to that as well. And this could be something that when you're in the premium level, you get all these extra goodies, right? That's for Meet the Millionaire or Meet the Millionaires. And that's from the gonowbusiness.com page. By the way, that domain name is still available. This is absolutely one of my favorites. This was one of the domain names I really didn't want to let go. I really didn't. Oh, thank you so much. It's already changed on the sales page. And so, oh my goodness. I guess Instagram's having some little challenges today, I suppose. No worries. We're survivors. We're thrivers here. We're just going to get it going again. And so let's say $30 was the premium level. So you got two levels. You got a $10 level. It's a very simple level. And you got people at $30. And let's say, remember, 4 billion people online. So let's say that out of those 4 billion people online, let's say you get, I don't know, maybe, let's just go with pick numbers out of the air, right? Let's just say 30,000 people are going to be opting in at the $10 level, and maybe another 20,000 are opting in at the $30 level. And if I get my calculator out, which is over here on my computer, we're going to go and we're just going to figure this out. Okay. So we have people at one level, which brings in a certain amount of money. And then we got another people at another level. Okay. So we're looking at the regular level, entry level, we're looking at about $100,000 a month. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Celine. I appreciate that. So $100,000 a month. Okay. A month. And then we have, let's say 20,000 people at $30 a month. There's another 600,000. So now we've got 700,000 a month. That's recurring revenue. Okay, so let's go. I'm just going to get this calculator out here. Yes, it can go that high. Wonderful. And we do that for a year, and we're at $8.4 million. $8.4 million. One idea, right? And think about it. It's not a big expense. $10. Like, is somebody, like, even in economically challenging times, somebody would want that information, right? This is such a phenomenal level. Okay, so Hin just asked, why do you create different levels? Why do you create an offer different from level one? Well, you want to, I mean, you don't have to, you can do whatever you want, right? But I'm thinking that there might be people that just want to keep it low, keep it inexpensive, and they just want to see the interview. But there's other ways of giving out even more value. And so, I mean, you could just make it as a $30 offer and that's it. You know, forget about the $10 offer. And that's the idea behind the Go Now business, is we created that so that you could do with it what you want. I mean, that's where my thinking was. I was thinking Meet the Millionaires was a brilliant idea. I think it still is a brilliant idea. And I think it could definitely do some amazing things for many, many, many people. And this is how you're compensated. So earlier when we're talking about the science of getting rich and that question that was asked, that brilliant question that was asked, like, if your day is a success, like your day is a success, like let's say, yeah, you want Meet the Millionaire and Meet the Millionaires, and you're going onto our Go Now business page and you're buying them now, they'll be gone. I'm certain that that domain name, and why wouldn't it be gone, is going to be gone. Then you become successful by moving into form, like moving into action and doing something about it. You're very welcome. So that's what I would suggest for you. Now, I think there's another question that has been asked over here. I'm just going to put my glasses on so I can see it. Thank you so much. Oh, yes. Thank you. Okay. So Josette is asking a very, very, very good question. You know, what's the difference between a dynamic domain name and a premium domain name? So domain names on their own, like without anything, they actually have value. And domain names are valued based on the words that are used in the domain name and the size, the length of the domain name. So if you have a domain name that includes a word that's searched often online, like millionaire as an example, there's more value to that. There's a lot more value to that domain name. So domain names are valued based on the number of characters in them, the number of words in them, the words that are in those domain names. Like one of the domain names, we had a meeting about this the other day. One of my domain names that I own is destinies.com. And I've had so many people ask me to purchase that domain name. And that domain name is very likely worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've had a friend sell one of his domain names for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so domain names are worth a lot. Some of them are worth, like if you go to GoDaddy as an example, which is where I register domain names, and if you type in the domain name that you're looking for and it's not available, but somebody bought it and they're trying to sell it, then you'll find that they're asking like huge amounts of money for domain names. So like every day I'm on GoDaddy pretty much, and I'm looking up domain names. And if there's a domain name that somebody's registered that I might be interested in, which I actually discovered this morning, they'll be asking things like $36,000 or I don't know, $8,000. I mean, $3,600. They're all over the map, these things. So the premium ones are worth more. The value is higher than the other ones, in my opinion, and based on what I've seen also online. So that's the difference, Josette, between these domain names. So the premium ones like Meet the Millionaire and Meet the Millionaires, they're very valuable. And I was online the other day checking what they're worth. And I discovered that many of the domain names, and if not all of them, are worth a lot more than what we're offering them for. But that's just the straight domain name. What we're doing is we're giving an explanation for what we believe you could do with it, or what I was thinking that I would do with it. So we're giving you the additional value by adding so much more to it. Okay, Josette, hopefully that answers your question as well. Okay, so Aisha says, should I apply for government benefits to help my husband and I through this period, Or is that an affirmation that we may be feeling financially short? That is a great question. I really appreciate you for asking that question as well. Listen, the government, and I don't even know what the government's doing, to be honest, in my country. I personally don't plan on applying for any of the assistance that they're offering. And I know they're offering it for businesses as well. And does that mean that you're getting caught up in it being, affecting you? Not necessarily. It doesn't have to be that way. I mean, if the government wants to help you and you'd like to have the help, then sure, apply. You could still be doing that and managing your emotions and staying in your own energy of feeling abundant. All right. So I think what's most important with anything that you're doing is how are you feeling? So stay in the spirit of feeling a match for what you would love. That's what the Power Life script is. The Power Life script is a detailed description of you living your life the way you would love it to be lived, as if it's happening now, right? That is the most powerful thing that you can do. So sure, you could apply for some government assistance and have the government help you out, and all the while still feeling very connected to your dream life as if you're living it that way right now. So sure, go for it. Just manage your emotions, ensure that you're staying in the positive, and that you're really being consciously aware of your own emotions, consciously aware of what you're personally feeling. Because when we are consciously aware of what we're feeling, the heightened awareness will invite us to make a positive change. So if you're not feeling overly optimistic, or you're not feeling optimistic at all, be aware of that and then switch over to feeling optimistic. How do you do that? You do it with your Power Life script. You do it by studying. You do it by being here. You do it by feeding your mind and your soul and your spirit with only positive work, positive material, positive ideas, and you're moving into action as well. All right, that's what I would suggest there. Okay, apologize for the wonderful folks on Instagram who keep going out and coming back in and going out and coming back in. Instagram has dropped this call at least, I think, 7 times so far during our time here together. We have captured everything on YouTube in a nice steady stream. We've got everything on Facebook in a nice steady stream. So for you folks that are from Instagram, you'll be able to catch the entire replay of this event on my YouTube channel. Okay, so you'll be able to go to Peggy or youtube.com/Peggy McColl as well. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate the Instagram. I'm seeing lots of comments. It's like a ticker tape that keeps filtering through. Are there any other questions that you have for me right now? We did stay on a little bit longer than normal today, and we did that on purpose because I wanted to see, hey, Victoria is here. Wonderful. I was talking about you earlier, Victoria. Were you on the call when I was talking about you? Yeah, and Tammy says everyone's going live on Instagram. Absolutely. Well, that's good. I'm glad people are doing great work. It's nice to see. It really is. It's wonderful to see the humor. It's my husband's always showing me the funny stuff because he gets it in emails from his friends and from his relatives. And I think that's what's happening with Instagram as well, is that there's so many people that are online nowadays, which is great. And it's great for anyone who wants to start an online business now as well, because you've got the time to do it. It's an opportunity right now. You could definitely get things going and rolling. And, maybe in a month or so, or when the shops open up again and people are out and they're circulating and traveling again, might not have as much of this wonderful focus time. Can you do this from India? Says this question. Absolutely. You can do it from anywhere. We're online today, right? We're here. I'm in Ottawa. You're in India. We've got people from all over the world that are on here right now. It doesn't matter where you live. Anybody can set up a business online if you have internet access. And that's really all that's required now to get yourself set up. You can do it from anywhere in the world. Thank you, Celine. She just posted that there right now for us. Okay, so we're going to be back again next week for sure. We're going to be doing some more exciting events. We've already been discussing what we'll be doing. An email went out this morning to my subscribers. If you're on the event live right now and you are not a subscriber of mine, I suggest that you become a subscriber. You can subscribe to the Morning Manifestation free video. Sorry, I saw something that distracted me for a moment. I'm going to answer your question in a second. You can go to morningmanifestation.com and you can subscribe, or go to peggymccall.com and subscribe. It's free stuff. The reason why I suggest that you subscribe is we also send out emails on a fairly regular basis. We sent one this morning to all of our subscribers, and it was essentially what we sent out this morning was it was like a survival guide, thriver guide, whatever you want to call it. And we sent out to all of our subscribers all the free resources that we have available for you. So if you're a subscriber, you're going to get notification of that. So get on our list. We'll also share with you offers that we have, new offerings, new programs that we're putting together, new free ebooks that you get. So go to morningmanifestation.com and ensure that you subscribe so that you can get informed on anything new that we're bringing out to the world, because we're constantly updating people. And you'll see our offers. If you don't want to invest in them, you don't, but stay subscribed, because you're going to continue to receive all of the updates that we're sending out to you. Okay, so if we're doing any free events, any free webinars, any free ebooks, the podcast that gets announced, and of course our morning manifestation videos, we're sending out those 3 times a week. Some people are absolutely addicted to those, in a good way, of course. They love them. They're using them all the time. They're following through with the advice, and they're implementing ideas. And of course, I do them, like I just did a morning manifestation video this morning. You'll see it next Friday, because I'm a little bit ahead right now. Quite often I'm doing the same ones during the week that you'll see that week. But either way, I'm paying attention to questions that are being asked. I'm paying attention to what people are responding to. I'm paying attention to what the needs and the desires are out there in the world. And we are here to serve you. So stay connected with us. We're going to be bringing you great material, great stuff your way. So one of the questions that was asked here is the Go Now business page was not loading. So are you going to gonowbusiness.com? Let me just test it and make sure it's working okay. gonowbusiness.com. If you type in gonowbusiness.com, it's working for me. I just tried it here. I see it's working for other people as well. So give it a try, and you're going to find it's going to be working for you as well. Our doggies are barking at the neighbor's doggie, I'm sure. Okay, guys, great to be back with you again, and we'll see you again real soon. Thanks so much.